Welcome back to What's Now. Right now we are going to take a look at your health, especially the medical supply chain and how it's been impacted by COVID-19. There are unfortunately drug shortages in many pediatric hospitals. Let's find out more.
The pandemic has focused attention on so many national health problems. One of the most disturbing issues is a critical shortage of essential medicines for children that has a national coalition of children's hospitals and the Phlow looking for answers. Joining us to discuss this national problem are two top experts. Dr. Kurt Newman is President and CEO of Children's National Hospital in Washington, D.C. He's joined by Dr. Eric Edwards, the CEO for Phlow. Thank you so much, Dr. Newman and Dr. Edwards, for being here on Park City Television.
Thank you, Christine.
Dr. Newman, how common and what is the potential impact of essential medicine shortages in children's hospitals right now?
Well, thank you for having us on because, probably most people across the country have no idea that this is even an issue, and the pandemic has made it even worse. This was an issue in adult hospitals, children's hospitals before the pandemic. It's more intense in children's hospitals, and the pandemic has made it worse. Before I became a CEO of a children's hospital, I was a practicing surgeon, and it wasn't uncommon. Every month, the pharmacy director would come to us and say, look, if we don't do something, if we don't have a plan, we may run out of, maybe it was an antibiotic, or maybe it was a medication that we need for anesthesia for a child or for pain relief. And so we'd figure out a way, we'd scramble, and maybe it was ordering from a different company or paying more money or using adult preparations for children, but we'd find a way. But there was this uncertainty, and it was not, it just wasn't right for doctors and nurses to have to worry about that kind of certainty of are they going to have the drugs that they need to take care of the kids? And the pandemic has made that even worse. So what we're doing today is bringing this coalition together of top children's hospitals, including Primary Children's Hospital in Salt Lake, Boston, LA, you name it, to come together to create this coalition, this alliance, so that we can work with a company like Phlow, to tackle this problem. So we have certainty. So we get the manufacturing of these critical drugs so that the doctors, nurses, patients, families, communities, children's hospitals don't have to worry about this. They can focus on what they need to do.
And Dr. Edwards, what are the coalition's goals to combat medicine shortages?
So the goals are simple. Our mission is to deliver on a promise of ensuring a reliable supply of high quality, affordable, essential medicines to treat children. To do that, Phlow is serving the needs of the children's hospitals by listening to them, understanding their priorities. They're going to identify the medicines, and then we're going to provide that certainty for them. Certainty in availability, certainty in quality, and certainty in pricing and affordability, that transparency. As a public benefit corporation, that's part of our mission, is to ensure transparency, and we're working with this coalition to serve them well so that every child does not have to worry about whether or not they're going to have access to the most essential medicines necessary to sustain life and conquer disease.
And Dr. Edwards, how has COVID-19 affected the issue of drug shortages?
So COVID-19 really shed light on a huge issue across multiple supply chains, whether that was PPE or ventilators, but it also impacted our medication supply chain, including and primarily our active pharmaceutical ingredient supply, our API supply, which for these essential medicines, over 80% are sourced from foreign countries such as India and China. And so what we're doing at Phlow is we're bringing back and reshoring that critical industrial base end to end. From molecule to bedside, we're going to be manufacturing these drugs, reimagining how the chemicals are put together, and then working to build the API and then get them into finished dosage forms, one drug at a time, so that we can solve for this challenge, ensure a domestic supply chain resiliency, and most importantly, make sure that all family members, doctors, healthcare providers don't have to worry about, are these essential medicines going to be available when they need them most?
Dr. Newman, will there be other children's hospitals joining the coalition?
Absolutely, Christine. We think that as they learn more about it, I mean, this is the group that came together to get started, but we want all the children's hospitals across the country to join us in this. If people want to learn more, they can learn more at children'shospitalcoalition.org. And, this is something that we just in our country, in the United States, we shouldn't be having to deal with this. And so I'm just thrilled that the coalition and Phlow are taking this approach to solve this problem.
Dr. Edwards, what is Phlow's role in the coalition?
Our role is to collaborate with the children's hospitals and serve them well, serve their needs. You can learn more about how Phlow is doing that at www.phlow-usa.com, but primarily it's to provide certainty in the system. And as Dr. Newman mentioned, that uncertainty is highly prevalent across all hospitals and especially with our children's hospitals. And we look forward to serving them well.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Newman and Dr. Edwards, for talking with us today about this important topic and really hoping to help the shortages so that all children can get the medicine that they need.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching this episode of What's Now. Be sure to tune into Park City Television every day, all day long. You can find out exactly what we're airing, when, everything about our programs at parkcity.tv. And be sure to follow us on social media at Park City TV. I'm your host, Christine Napier. We'll see you next time.